Welcome everybody to this Fronius webinar. Topic is SnapInverter exchange and service. My name is Hans Belzer and I would like to explain you today the service process in general, troubleshooting guide, so what to do whenever you have a problem with a SnapInverter, which components can be replaced from you, what have to be returned afterwards. The data manager and display card replacement will be specially explained, and finally the service bonus and warranty. The service process from Fronius works like you can see here. Basically, when the end customer is calling you, you are able to contact, to go first to SolarWeb to see the system on what is running and how it is working, if there are any service messages and so on. Then you basically can enter this service code in Solar.SOS, or you can also go to the customer, of course, first and enter this data in Solar.SOS. Then you create service case, which will be sent to Fronius. We will then send you a replacement inverter afterwards, and the replacement inverter can then be replaced at the customer side. Finally, you return the faulty device to Fronius and the service case is closed again. When we talk about snap inverters, we talk about following inverters. First, it's the Fronius Simo range, the small inverters from 3 to 8.2 kilowatt, as well the Primo single phase from 3 to 8.2 kilowatt, and then as well the bigger ones, the 3-phase inverter from 10 to 20, and the Eco range 25 and 27 kilowatt. So these are different inverters in different countries, and you can see here also some small differences in the countries. But I would like to explain you the service process, especially for these inverters here. If we then start with the troubleshooting, I first would like to recommend you to see the inverter status on the display of the inverter, which is stated state code in a 3-digit number, state 102, for example. Beside the display, you see as well 3 LEDs. The red LED, which shows the status message if the inverter is not running for the moment, for example. And if the feed-in is interrupted, maybe there's a problem with the grid and a grid voltage and so on. So then these LED would light up in red color. The orange LEDs just show the startup and self-test phase. So there is no problem at this. Maybe this is a night time, so there's not enough sun irradiation, so therefore the inverter will not start. Green LED is showing that the inverter is feeding in and everything is fine. Beside that display, you can also go find on the display other information under this info button. You can read out some other data state codes as well, the power stage state code, the AC line state code, and so on. So if you just go into the display, you can read out more as well. But I would really like to recommend you to go to SolarWeb, and under service messages, you will find all the services messages which happened all over the time. And therefore, of course, you can see also the history data as well as other more detailed information here. You can see as well that, for example, the troubleshooting first step, you should go whenever you come get this service message. So very welcome, very important if the system is online, just to go to SolarWeb and to see here what's going on. When you then have the service state code, you enter the service state code in your SOS tool, and this is an app or also a browser version, sos.fronius.com. You just register here or in the app, and then you are able to do the troubleshooting with that tool. Basically, you start with a serial number, you then get the product group, so if it's a Simo or Primo, whatever, and you enter the state code on top here. When you have entered the state code, you will get first step how to resolve the problem. then a second step and third step and so on. So basically you finally will end up in the situation that probably if this is a bigger problem, that the inverter has to be exchanged. And then you can also continue in this tool to order the correct replacement part. Of course, you can also enter a case here when you are not sure. It's always recommended. Also, we will do that when we get the service case here to Fronius in our hotline, because of course with that service case we have a detailed number where we can exactly find out this one issue here with this one inverter. Also, when you are not sure about the problem, then it's always good to create a case, send it to Fronius, and we will then answer on this case, and you get as well from us a recommendation what to do and how to continue. The last step is then the exchange ordering of the component. Basically, you have here three possible solutions. So this is on one hand side the component exchange. So this is a small part. This can be as well a housing component or a DC switch or whatever, and a data manager card, for example. The second part is a device repair. So when you want to send the inverter to Fronius, probably there's a bigger issue, a lightning problem, then you can return the inverter. We will repair it and give you an estimate about the cost for this. Last, and that's maybe the most important thing is the device exchange. So when you go to device exchange, you will get a replacement inverter, which is the main thing, how to resolve problems, because then you get more or less 95% of the unit, and you can be sure that this problem will be fixed. Yes, so therefore just need to be registered in SOS that you can do that, because of course we will then send you an invoice for the first component which we sent to you, and after you have returned the inverter and we have seen this is a warranty case, you will get a credit note and get your money back. So that's the way how we do it. Yes, and now to the exchange process. And this exchange process I would like to explain you now. So as I said, two differences. The inverter exchange, whenever you get an inverter from Fronius, a replacement inverter, this inverter differs to the standard inverter. So never use that for a standard installation, because there are special transport covers, a wall mounting plate, which cannot be used for a new installation. So this will not work. And there's also no data manager card and included, and the plugs are not included. So this exchange inverter is only really for the exchange process. When we send it to you, please go then to this one customer and return the faulty component. The PC board exchange, so you could also go for the PC board exchange, can only be done from the trained personnel, and you have to be a Fronius system partner, therefore FSP, so-called FSP. If you're not an FSP, you will not get the PC boards in the inverter, and I also will not explain this today, because therefore we have other, of course, trainings, and then you can, yes, also do this probably. The warranty periods remain unchanged, so whenever you exchange an inverter, the warranty period will always have the same end date, even when you do a service now. What's important when you do a service exchange, take care about electrical shock, so switch off the DC and AC switch before you open the inverter, unplug the devices from the mains, and make sure that electrical charge components have been discharged. So all the LEDs should be off, have to be off, and also when you open the front cover, obviously every LED should be off, because of course the capacitors are charged, and this will take another seconds to be discharged, or can be also a minute or two. The EST electric steady discharge is also an important point whenever you handle PC boards. Take care that you are also self-discharged. Take action and avoid this grounding yourself or take any other responsibility, rather careful action to avoid this. Yes, how does the inverter exchange at the customer side look like? Basically, in the left picture, you see the SnapINverter faulty device on the wall. You open the front cover, the gray dark cover on the bottom, and you open the two screws, switch off the DC switch and AC switch, and open and remove the inverter from the wall mounting plate. Then you open also the front cover, to see in the third picture, and with 4 screws you can open as well this front cover. Then you see all the PC boards in the inverter, and secondly, you also have to exchange the data manager card, which I will explain you later on more detailed. But because this is so-called the so-called communication card, where all the information is stored, and therefore you also need to exchange this one. Probably you have a light inverter. A light inverter doesn't include the data manager card, so that's also possible, of course. Then you don't need to exchange the data manager, of course. So when you have exchanged the inverter, what remains at the customer? The wall mounting plate remains at the customer on the wall, of course, with the cabling. So you don't need to take off the cabling here. Second, the inverter cover, both covers, the .com cover, the dark gray cover, the wall mounting bracket, yeah, as I said, data manager card, probably if it's not a light inverter, and the termination plugs. So this will stay at the customer and will not be exchanged. What you will then finally return to Fronius is the faulty device and as well the transport covers, what you have got when you have ordered the inverter. So the wall mounting bracket, the front cover, and the transport part. Also, please include a short error description, because with that we know what's going on. What was the problem with this inverter? So you return this to Fronius, and then you will get also the everything be finalized. For the replacement of a data manager and display card, I have a few pictures here to show you how it will look like. You see here the opening of the 4 screws in the front cover to open the front cover. You see as well the data manager card. So the data manager card is just fixed with 1 screw in the front. You just open this 1 screw, and then you can take off the data manager card. Just plug it out and remove the card. Also, don't forget to remove the other plugs, especially the .com plug, and this orange plug is only necessary whenever you exchange the display card. This is the display card. When the display card has to be replaced as well, you can see that there is also a way. If I just go back to the other slide, if the display has a problem, you can also take off this display card here. Display card consists of 2 cards, and they are connected in the inverter. So just take off all the plugs. Then you can open here, just lift this PC board, just a few millimeters only, and then you can take off the card, as it's shown here on this picture. Very important, when you exchange the reservoir or the display card, you need also to replace a small break-off print, which is placed on this card. You just take it off from the old one, from the faulty display. Take it off and put it on the new PC board, because on this small card we have the information from the customer, from the inverter size, and we need this information, of course, also on the new inverter or the new PC board. You see here how to attach this small PC board on the new one. You just have here these contacts here, and you just plug it in here. So there's no way to change the direction. It's only one possibility to plug it on here, and then you just enter the card again in the inverter and connect the plastic parts on the top and on the bottom, and then you build in the reusable card in the inverter again. Yes, then you close the front cover again, of course, and you mount the inverter on the wall again. Take care to use the right torques. 2 Newton meter is usually the torques what you have to use on the closing of all the screws here. So 2 screws first when you have closed the inverter, and then the cover as well. Of course, take care about the weight. Big devices have a weight of up to 43 kilos. The small inverters have a weight of around 20 kilos. When you close the .com cover, also take care that these really is done also properly, that you have really have closed the cover correctly, that you screw down with the right torque, 2.5 Newton meter in this case, and there's no water can enter into the inverter here. Don't use as well a drilling machine here, because that would be probably could destroy the screws here. Yes, after the replacement, also do a safety inspection, short safety inspection. There's a visual inspection first, then the electrical test, insulation resistance test, ground conductor resistance, ground conductor current, and contact current. So this can be done on the DC side with a measurement, a DC module measurement. You just connect that to the strings and to this test before. Also, you can test the AC voltage again on the AC clamps quite easily before you re-enter the inverter. And then when you have done that correctly and everything is fine on DC-AC side, do the functional test, switch on the DC and AC switch, do a functional test, and do as well a documentation about the service exchange. Yes, finally, the service bonus and warranty. When you have done the service process, when you have finalized that, here's again the complete process. Finally, when it was a service case and you have returned the exchange component, the faulty component, to Fronius again, then you will get a credit from us if it was a warranty case. The credit will be finally basically the after latest 30 days when we have received this component, you will get, of course, in a warranty case, the free of charge. So you will get the replacement component free of charge, of course, and you will also get from us a service reimbursement. So you will also get some money from Fronius if it was a warranty case. This service reimbursement is a small amount and can be different in the countries. So therefore, please take care that this can be. I cannot tell you exactly how much you will get here because it can differ. Yes, but never forget to return the faulty device. This is also very important. Otherwise, you will have also to pay for the replacement inverters, and of course, that we would not like to do that. Yes, this was actually all the information. So far, we have in the document attached, you will find a document about the service instruction. There's a German and an English part included. Please, if you have any more questions, go through these documents and you will get all the information what you need. You will also get the recording of this webinar tomorrow, and other information can be found on our webpage www.fronius.com, and also here you will find our digital tools like SOS and so on with this QR code. Other information from trainings and online training can also be found on our webpage. Therefore, have a look whatever you need. On YouTube, on our how-to videos, you can find some other important information about the exchange of inverters. Good, so far that's it from here, and I would now like to go through the questions and have a look just what we have got. So far we didn't receive any questions. I would say we stay online with you for another 10 minutes. Feel free to send your questions and we will answer them immediately in the chat. Thank you very much and have a good day. See you then. Bye-bye.